And it was Wyatt Thurman with the Moto win last time we went racing. Nolan Ford was second, and we are up and running. Your third place finisher was the 99 of Wyatt Duff. 3 KTMs wide. Gonna figure out who got that whole shot. There you go. Nolan Ford out of Fairfield, California. Can Nolan hang on? Pick the right lines because he is getting some heat right now from the number 20 machine.
Looks like Nolan did get...
Ford was a top 5 finisher for sure.
Hey, real quick, guys, I just tried to track down our whole shot winner in 450B. That is JJ Kunkanen. Hold that, too. Let's hear it for our Stasic Whole Shot Award winner. Who do you want to thank, JJ?
The whole Farm 14 crew, Kevin for teaching me his ways, Tamer for keeping me locked down, and my Baker Motorsports back home. They've done a lot for me, getting me here, and FXR, 100%, Dunlop, and everyone else. Thank you.
All right, good job. Let's hear it for JJ. Thanks, guys.
You bet. Congratulations, JJ. Hey, how about that podium? 2 guys DNF'd the first moto, and they wound up on the box.
With the terrible gate picks.
Both of them. Terrible gate picks. 2 DNFs wound up on the box. Your winner, though, he needed that help, man. Put a couple of guys between himself and Jeremy Fapani. So an interesting moto there in moto number 2 of that 450B. And how about Liam Olofs telling us on the podium he rode in the mud. This will now be his 2nd time. Pretty good rider all around. As we watch the opening stages here of 85, 10 to 12. Nolan Ford had the start. We're already battling it out here. Cannot read that number. Not happening. Number 12, perhaps?
Mees, I believe.
Corbin.
Or Mez.
Braxton Mees.
You know, we are no stranger to Braxton Mees. These last couple motos, we've really seen him put in this work.
So the 15 of Meese is for sure in the number 2 spot. No, they're already coming around. They're a few spots back. There's our leader. Wow, he's got a very comfortable lead.
And I have gotten confirmation, guys. It is Braxton Mess. So I do want to...
Good to know.
Absolutely. Don't want to mess it up.
There it is. Darren Pine not messing around on the 58 machine. Darren Pine has such a comfortable lead. 5 seconds out front of our whole shot artist, Nolan Ford. Sawyer Geek in the number 3 spot. Chase Dashiell in the 4 spot. Braxton Mess 5th. Wyatt Duff 6th. Wyatt Thurman 7th. Tace Morgan 8th. Colt Martin 9th. Justin Schoof rounds out your top 10. Elliot Boshier will be a name we will talk about. He's in 13th. McCarty is 14th. Lackey and Gage Dunham back in 16th. So some of the players, even Maverick Gish, Alex Campigli back there in 19th. Look at that. Getting into it. No, you're in it, man. Phil Savino indulging in the cookies. Oh, it's just hospitality, bro. Greg Geisler brought him up here for you.
Threw him under the bus like that.
Darren
like,
coming into
no,
story.
nothing's off limits up here. Go ahead, man.
Darren Pine coming into Storyland. Looks like he is really putting the gap on Nolan. See if he can't just open it up just a little bit more coming out of it.
Yeah, it's a good point, Blake. I feel like once you get to a certain gap, you can kind of check up a little bit. A lot of these guys, that's the plan. I'm going to get out front, sprint for the first 2 or 3 laps, hopefully have enough of a gap that I can just maintain it and bring it home.
I know parents talk to their kids, but I bet those kids just go wide open all the way to the finish line. I don't know if they're advanced enough to even ride like that. Maybe that's why they're champions and I'm not. That's probably why they can actually do that. There's the number 18 of Geek, and he has Ford in his sights. Yeah, he's close. He's close enough for sure. Dashiell just behind. Whoa, pedaling through there. Oh, you can see the panic. The rider comes right back at him. And the number 18 of Geek might have just gotten passed by Dashiell, and he has.
What a good save there for Geek, though. We've seen how costly it can be when you do fall all the way over. So threw the outside leg off, but was still able to keep it running.
That might have been the 15 of Meese that we were watching. Is that, man? I just cannot see that.
Darren coming across the finish line right here with his 2nd place coming into Polysport Pond Sand Sweeper. See if he can't just keep that gap and just check out.
So it is the 44 of Nolan Ford, and then the 15 of Braxton Meese, I believe, has jumped up to the number 3 spot. So Nolan Ford has got a chase group coming. Ford grabbed that whole shot on the 44. There's Ford. He will come across for lap number 2, a 2:17, a 2:25 for Nolan Ford. So a 14-second lead, and it is Braxton Meese. He's coming, guys.
Yeah, the number 15, Braxton Mess, moving towards the front as he puts himself
You're saying it, and I'm just not even hearing it. You're trying to help me.
I'm going to hold strong.
No, I appreciate it.
But, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Not messing around at all as he is continuing to push 5 seconds faster than Nolan Ford in second place and only 2 seconds back. So be expecting the number 15 to be knocking on the door of second.
Man, Darren Pine, there's nobody knocking on that Pine door right there. He is long gone. 14 seconds out front of Nolan Ford. And Mess is coming. Some tricky names. You want to say Geik, but it's Geek. Dashiell, Duff, Thurman.
One rider going off the side of the 10 Commandments. He was putting pressure on Geek. That might have been Dashiell.
Making some moves. Maverick Gish on the 97 has jumped to the number 10 spot. He has passed 8 riders in 2 laps. So we'll keep tabs on the 97 Husqvarna rider as Maverick climbing the ladder. There is Braxton Mess. Feet off the pegs. That's a patented technique here. There's the 18 just behind him of Sawyer Geek. Looking back at the 44 of Nolan Ford. Chance Hymas in here getting some PT. Back and forth, walking back and forth, getting that knee ready to go. He's loosening up. He wants his Pro Sport Moto. He's been training for it. Can he go the distance, though? Can you go the distance in his Pro Sport Moto? All right. He's talking third party. That third person. That's how I know you're serious.
Trusting the process, doing the training during the week.
Yep. Weege was doing some hip abductor stuff last night, 1 in the morning, watching the Ocho.
What are you talking about? He's been doing calf raises while he's calling the races all week.
Literally. Trying to get those calves like Wes Williams from Verb Moto, the biggest calves in the media game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the Sheik. Wes Williams has the best calves in the game.
Darren Pine coming across the finish line with a 2:18, with Nolan Ford coming across with a 2:20. It's a 2-second faster with a 15-second gap right there. With Braxton Mess coming in at 2:22, just 2 seconds slower than his competitor, Nolan.
Let's see where our buddy, number 97, Maverick Gish, is going to come across the stripe as we watch the 15 of Braxton Mess do his thing. Wyatt Duff, a pair of Wyatts going at it for 6th and 7th. Wyatt on Wyatt crime here. Wyatt Duff, 99, the number 4 of Wyatt Thurman. They spell it with 2 T's. They're not messing around.
Now, if you remember, number 7 or number 4, who's in 7th place, Wyatt Thurman, did win that last moto. So he's got some work to do.
He does have some work, but he's got a buddy. He's got his buddy Wyatt, pair of Wyatts running 6th and 7th. Got some work to do. Thurman won that moto, you're saying. Comes in here with the number 4 on the bike. Number 1 is what he finished in that first moto. So Thurman, that's changing things up. That'll make it interesting in that third and final moto. Darren Pine. Let's see how Darren finished in that first one. Pine. Oh, no, a DSQ. I'm not going to assume what that means. Normally that would mean a disqualify, but I'm not sure. Normally, I have no idea about that. So Darren Pine just out here. This is for really no points, if you will. He's going to have a DNF or DSQ for that first moto.
Well, this is the dark horse situation that we like to say.
Just like what we had last moto. We had 2 DNFs from their first moto on the podium, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. And these riders, they kind of riding like they have nothing to lose, right?
No pressure. That probably helps, to be totally honest with you. I speak from no experience because I've never been in a situation where I was even potentially going to do well at all. The worst rider in my family, hands down, an embarrassment to the Kelly family.
I'm 10 years before him as Magic Mike.
Yeah, but you're 20 years before the movie. So,
More than that.
That's just math.
Lap number 4 just now coming across. And Darren Pine should still be out front. Nolan Ford, our whole shot artiste, in the number 2 spot. There he is. Only about 16 seconds. So you guys are right. I think he is managing that gap now at this point. Have a good program over to kind of settle the kid down.
And I've been impressed with the 44 of Nolan Ford. He was able to respond to the lap time from Mess and has consistently been able to run about a second or so faster the last 2 laps than Braxton Mess. So the number 15 kind of stalled out right now in that 3rd place spot.
In fact, the top 4 have all kind of settled in. This is about 5 minutes to go. This is when you'll see the movement, and the Wyatts are coming. 5th and 6th, they continue to go. Only a second and some change separating the two Wyatts, the 99 and the 4. The number 4 of Wyatt Thurman is trying to pick off as many riders as he can because he was our first Moto winner, and he is trying to jump back into that championship picture, trying to photo bomb those guys up front. What's up? Pine, Ford, and Mess. Gage Dunham has passed 5 riders. He's up to the number 11 spot.
Bowser, who's inside your top 5 in Moto 1, finds himself outside of the top 10 right now, just now in that 15th spot.
Now, I don't know if y'all remember, Wyatt Thurman was in 7th, and he's just moved up to himself to the just outside of the top 5.
Yep, he's passed a rider or 2. But you can see the lap times, they're all in that 26-25 range. So everybody pretty equally matched. Nobody really blazing it up with the exception of Darren Pine, who's probably backed it down a bit as he's managing a 16-second lead over Nolan Ford. That's a good little battle there. They're not backing it down right here on the screen. That is the number 4 of Wyatt Thurman, and I believe the 99 of Wyatt Duff.
So it does look like Wyatt Thurman did get the pass on Duff coming right outside of Storyland.
Polystand, Polyland, call it whatever you want, man. We just make stuff up.
The big pond.
The big old pond. There is just about running it. Oh, he almost goes down.
So that's the 96 of Dashel and Thurman.
Yes, you're right. Thurman has passed up, and now he is pressuring Dashel. Now, all about that peer pressure, man. These kids are at that age where peer pressure is really a big thing.
Hey, man, you should race. That's what the cool kids are doing.
Yeah, you should let me buy you, man. Everybody else has let me do it. Goggles on the shoulder. Not good, man. You want to hold on to those things as long as you can. At least you didn't just chuck them out. Your dad's like, hey, man, those are $85. What are you doing? I'd be right back out there walking and finding those goggles. There he is, the number 99 of Duff. Has he already gotten around Dashel? Believe that? Yeah, I think so. So the man on the move, Wyatt Duff, up to 4th. Wyatt Thurman trying to follow suit, but he is stuck back in the number 7 spot. Sawyer Geek has picked up a spot, or dropped a spot, in fact, to 6. So the man on the move, Wyatt Duff. Now, can he track down Braxton Meese? Because Meese is turning the same lap time.
And Meese still is Mess. And so...
Good Lord. Just hit me every time I say that. He is still Mess. So's my brain. It's a mess.
And talk about it. We saw the one rider with the goggles hanging off the arm. This is not the type of condition you want to have that in. Oh, one rider going for a ride there. Probably did the best thing could have been done.
Slow down. That's my motto. Anytime I'm on the track, I just need to slow down.
And that was the 96, so that is not somebody that wanted to throw it away. He's got a solid top 5 ride going on right now.
Dashel was able to recover, not go down, not jam his knee. 1 minute and 36 seconds. I'm guessing the 2-lap board is absolutely out. Then the white flag is probably due here any moment for our leader, Darren Pine, who I believe, yep, there he is on the inside of the big sweeper, Darren Pine. Not really a factor as far as the championship, but just letting everybody know, bro, I got this under control. I am in control of this 85 10-12, although I think Duff's going to be right back at it. Well, 1 in the 4 is pretty strong.
And with the weather and the track conditions and everything that we expect to possibly see in the future, this is really turning into an exciting title fight.
Mess with like a 16th in that first moto, so a 16 and a 3. As we check back in with our leader, the number 58 of Darren Pine. Yellow flags are out for Darren. He has to kind of look up the racetrack, make sure it's safe wherever he's going, pick the right line. Way outside there. Go ahead.
Now, there is only 1 lap, but there's a lot of lap traffic out there right now, and this could be a big issue for Darren Pine and Nolan Ford. Now, I know Darren does have a 22-second lead, but anything can happen in this last lap.
Yeah, it won't be as much about time. It'll just be about putting him. He has to ride a different line somewhere and then topples over.
But we talked about it. All it takes is that handlebar to dip down into the mud, get stuck, and especially here in these younger classes, the riders, sometimes they have a hard time pulling it out of the mud.
Well, they ride with blinders, too. They kind of look straight down, and just next thing you know, there's a rider in their line. So, not Darren Pine. I'm sure they've talked about this. Keep your eyes up, head on a swivel. Locate all the flaggers when you come out of a turn. Kind of spot those guys. Make sure the track's clear. Because once you get in a line, like they said, I think Kevin Windham or maybe Ryan Sipes said it, once you're in a rut for like 2 straightaways almost. So he's, you got to pick the right one.
Absolutely.
That little guy there having some problems.
Yep.
Cross-rutting, that would be me for sure.
And to go along with that, Malcolm Stewart even mentioned these riders, especially the ones out front, they're not able to take the lines that they want to a lot of times. They take the lines that they have to because they got lap traffic all around them.
You're absolutely right. Tucking it into that little left-hander, up and over the little single. Little look over at the crowd. He knows he's close. Wyatt Duff, though, the man in charge of this championship, I believe, Pine with a disqualify. Mess with a 16th finish. Let's check in with a 44. Ford with a 2. So, all right, so a 2-2 for Nolan Ford. That's 4 points. And then Wyatt Duff will have a 1-4. That's 5. So things are going to be interesting with Ford and Wyatt Duff. Maybe Duff is able to make a pass. I don't think so. He had 14 seconds to try to make up on Braxton Mess. But that's it. The checker flag is out for Darren Pine. He's
It's
like,
Pine
where
time.
is everybody at? Yeah, it is your time, Darren Pine.
Still waiting to see. Oh, there was a little pump of the fist. I believe that might have been Nolan Ford coming across the line. We will wait to see. There it is. So the number 44 does claim second place, and he was pumped up to do it.
He should be. He knows what that means for the championship. 2-2s. He'll have a point advantage over Wyatt Duff should he come in the number 4 spot.
Looks like Braxton Mess did get the 3rd place, so rounding out your top 3.
So Mess going to hang on for that final podium spot. We'll see whether or not the 99 of Duff hangs on to 4th, and he does with a solid 2:29 on that last lap. And it looks to be the 96 of Chase Dashel that we expect to see next. And there it is. So Chase Dashel going to round out the top 5. Wyatt Duff grabbing 4th with Braxton Mess 3rd. Nolan Ford 2nd, and Darren Pine taking the win. We're going to send it down to Jason Wygant at the podium.
All right, I'm going to keep you right up there, Darren. Let's get you all set up. You need goggles, need a hat, anything like that. We've all been through the drill. Oh, the goggles are already sitting there waiting. You got special. Oh, yeah. Hey, Janolfi's got it dialed in for us down here. What you gonna do, Lake of Pakong? So let's talk about this. We were wondering how the littler bikes are doing in these conditions. No problems. These kids rode really well. Can't believe the tracks turned out this good. And that leads to another gold medal. Let's hear it for Darren Pine. How was that one for you?
It was pretty good. I got the whole shot. Or I don't even know if I got the whole shot, but yeah, and then I just held the gas on pretty much. That's about it.
Yeah. Do you like riding in this kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, nothing better.
Cool. Who do you want to thank, Darren?
My mom, my dad, TTMX Van Martin, JM Racing, John from JM Racing, Bees Moto Lab, Troy Lee Designs, Brandon from Bees Moto Lab, 100%, Kobe Gilsdorf, my practice mechanic, Gavin Player for always picking me up to go to training, Mika Metals, Luke from Troy Lee Designs, Dunlop, Blazing Gun Dogs, FMF, and yeah, I think that's everybody.
All right, Darren Pine, everybody, your gold medalist. And we're getting ready for Nolan Ford here. We're bringing up second place. He's got the whole shot, and he's got the silver. Let's hear it for Nolan Ford. There you go. Come right over here, Nolan. We'll get you in the middle. First of all, that start's got to feel awesome in a muddy race.
Oh, yeah, best feeling ever.
Yep. How was the rest of the moto for you?
It was good. I felt like I had some pressure in the beginning, and then I also thought I had it at the end, but I guess it was just the lappers.
Okay, yeah, you survived it. Who do you want to thank?
my mom, my dad, my grandma and grandparents watching from home, my whole family watching from home, the Hensons, 100%, 7, Lace Belt Co., Dunlop, my mechanic TJ, Jeff, MX Clinic, my sisters, CP Racing Team, Craig Horn Motorsports, 707 Suspension, and everybody else. Thank you.
Braxton Mess, everyone. Going to take third. That is Nolan Ford taking second. Congratulations, Nolan Ford. And we'll bring Braxton Mess on up for that third place spot. Sorry, I got to rush these podiums along. We have less time in the condensed formula. Come on up. No, you keep that, buddy. You're good. Yep. Thanks, Nolan. All right, great job by Nolan Ford there in second. Let's talk to our third place finisher, Braxton Mess. How was that moto?
Muddy?
Yeah. Were you actually looking forward to it, or are you like, man, I just got to get through this thing?
No, I was looking forward to that. I got a 16th in the first moto, so it was way better to come back.
Oh, yeah. What happened in Moto 1?
Fourth lap, I tipped over in the billboard corner and got stuck under my bike for 40 seconds.
Okay. Good to show everybody what you got here, right?
Yeah.
Who do you want to thank, Braxton?
My mom, my dad, 100%, AEO Power Sports, Pro Circuit, Alpine Stars, Fast House Hot Wheels, Asterix, Dunlop, and everybody else. Thank you.
All right, there it is, Braxton Mess. Third place.